Hey Scorpio, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it. Scorpio, obviously the sun's in my eyes. Sorry. All right, so let's get into your reading and see what is going on. Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio. All right, let's see. Okay, I feel like you guys like hold it right there. That's what I'm getting like right off the bat. 7 of Cups. Maybe you're like not at all. But all right, let's see. Okay, so all right, you guys have the 4 of Pentacles, and this is showing up for your current energy here. So yeah, I do think that there's something that you are either holding on to something here, okay, or there's something that you're not exactly wanting to release, okay. I definitely understand that, like hold it right there, that kind of stuff, okay. So maybe this is something that's like really important, okay, or this is maybe something that you're like more mentally like I'm going to save this thing, I'm going to hold on to this thing for, I don't know, a different time, or saving something, okay, that kind of stuff. I will also say I am getting the energy of like body awareness. So sometimes that 4 of Pentacles, that can give me the energy of like just kind of like being like secure with like being like I want like body security that kind of stuff. But this could also be like financial, you know. So all right, let's see. Maybe some of you guys are like, there's a particular thing you're wanting to save up for, you know, something like that. So, all right, you have the 5 of Cups. This is showing up in your environment. So, all right, maybe there's somebody who is maybe like, God, I should have done that sooner, or I should have done that sooner. Okay, that kind of stuff certainly could be. And I also wonder if there's maybe a person or a situation around you that is maybe like going through a little bit of like a grieving process, or maybe more so looking at, it could be that you're saving up for something here, or holding on to something because you might be seeing that somebody else maybe has lost out on something, okay? I wonder if you're reserving something for somebody else, or you're reserving something just in case, okay? That kind of thing. So, all right, you have the Page of Pentacles, and this is showing up for the possible challenge here. I feel like this is maybe a message, okay, coming through, or some type of news coming through that is presenting as a challenge. Phone call, message, email, text message, whatever the heck it is. That kind of stuff that might be like, okay, you know, this is now a little bit of a challenge. Whether this is, okay, you might actually be needing to like give somebody something, but you might be like, or this might have already happened. You might have given somebody something here, and you might be in this energy of like, oh, should I have kept that, or something like that, okay? I'm also feeling this energy of you guys wanting, of being like, I don't want to miss out on this thing. Like almost like, like, you know, when you're trying to like hold the vision with something, when you're like trying to be like, okay, like don't dissipate yet, or don't, you know, I need to, or if somebody like, here's a good example. You know, if somebody rattles off a bunch of numbers to you, and you're like, I got to remember that, but I don't have anything to write it down, and you're like, I need to remember this. That's almost what I feel like. I don't know. That's the energy that I'm feeling here. Okay, so it might be that the challenge is like, okay, now you have to kind of like repeat whatever that is, or give out some information here, and you might be like, I don't know if I am going to remember that, or I don't know, something like that. So, all right, you guys have the Death card, and this is showing up for your opportunity. I feel like there's an opportunity here to transition through something, okay, that kind of stuff. If it's not transitioning through whatever this is, it's at the very least accepting something, okay? Maybe this is you guys having the opportunity of, yeah, like accepting something, okay, that kind of stuff. Or not fearing something, okay? Going into something with a lack of fear, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see. Scorpio. All right, so let's see. You guys have number 22. Surfing rainbows on the moon. This is upside down. It's not supposed to be. Surfing rainbows on the moon. That's kind of awesome. All right, and then you have dreaming and sovereignty. So, all right, let's clarify your reading here and see what is up. Okay, 4 of Pentacles with surfing rainbows on the moon. I feel like there's something that you're like, you know what? This is possible. Like, I'm holding out hope on whatever this is. Okay, like maybe other people are like, dude, you cannot surf rainbows on the moon. But you know what? Put your mind to it. You can do anything in your mind. I'll tell you that right now. You can surf rainbows in your brain right now, literally right now. Doesn't cost a dime. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Scorpio. 224 might also be a number that you guys resonate with, or 44, okay? 8. All right, so let's see. All right. Okay, so let's see. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. I feel like that's never a bad thing. All right, so let's see what is going on. So with this number 22, surfing rainbows on the moon, you guys have the 4 of Pentacles with the King of Cups. So I understand this, especially you have this dreaming card here. This might be something that I wonder if in the past, maybe there was something here that you were like, you know what, I feel like this is possible, or there was something that maybe you were even feeling a little bit like neutral about something, whatever it is, okay? That kind of stuff. I also understand picking up energy like really, really easily, but not being super reactive, okay? So I feel like there might be something here that maybe has you feeling a certain type of way, or feeling maybe even like a increase of intuition or synchronicities, but I feel like you're in the energy of like either holding on to that vision, okay, holding on to the hope for something, holding on to that vision of something, or this is something that you're like, I need to be in a neutral energy. I can't really like totally have this out in the open now. So it might be that you're like, I'm gonna kind of like put this under wraps. I'm gonna hold back on this, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have dreaming. This is showing up for part of your challenge here. All right. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there was a time when maybe like somebody was like, that's a dream, or that's like, you know, there's no way for that to happen, or that's impossible. There might be something about that, okay? Sorry. And then also, for some of you guys, maybe this has something to do with trying to recall a dream, okay? You have that 4 of Pentacles there with that King of Cups prior. So it could be that it's like the challenge might be like, okay, dude, I had this dream. Whether this is like, oh, I had this dream when I was a kid and like I want to get back into that, or if this is like literally I'm sleeping, I am having a dream, I woke up, I want to try and remember what the heck that was, or I want to critique, I don't know if it's critiquing, I want to understand what that means. What does that mean? You know, that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna have a coughing attack now. All right, so you have the 4 of Wands with the Page of Pentacles with this challenge. So yes, I feel like there was, I gotta tell you, I'm understanding this 4 of Wands as like entering into a dream state, entering into like some sleep cycle, like, you know what I'm saying, like REM sleep or whatever the heck it is, something like that, that you're entering into like a particular like stage of something, that, okay, that kind of stuff, all right? Or even having a dream about a particular celebration of some sort, or the finalization of whatever the heck it is, okay? That kind of stuff. That's what I'm understanding. And then it feels like the challenge, again, that's what I'm saying. It feels like recalling something. This feels like dream recall. I swear to God, that's what this feels like, okay, Scorpio? There's something here that you're trying to recall a dream, or you're trying to maybe something was already celebrated and now you're trying to like, I want to say give an invitation to something that had already occurred. Like, what is that about? I feel like I said something to Cancer about like time traveling. So I don't know, maybe you guys are dealing with a Cancer sign as well, okay? I wouldn't be that surprised. You have the King of Cups, and I'm not super shocked if that's kind of representing Cancer for you guys. So, all right. Let's see, Scorpio. All right, interesting. Okay, so you guys have the Magician and you have it with the reverse Queen of Pentacles here. So I feel like there's something about using, this is weird. I was gonna say using like the tools that you have, but Scorpio, I feel like there's something here that you like don't need tools. I don't know what that means, but there's something here that you're like, I actually can do that without, I can do that with just my body, or I can do that with just like what I have, or something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling here, all right? I'm not sure why this is presenting as a challenge. Maybe this is, I don't know. It's interesting, but I feel like there is something that it's like, maybe right now is a time to, well, first of all, if this is showing up as a challenge, then maybe right now is like a time where maybe it's like, okay, yes, you know, use some tool that you have, or use some type of, you know, putting action behind something, that kind of stuff, okay? That could definitely be part of whatever this is, or that's like being asked of you, is to like maybe use all the stuff that you do have, all right, for whatever this is, okay? And again, it could be just because there's like a particular challenge right now where maybe usually you're like, I can have less stuff, or I don't have to rely on all this stuff, but for whatever reason right now, it might be that it's like, you might get farther, or you might be able to manifest something even maybe quicker or more accurately, that kind of stuff, okay? Or reinventing something about that, okay? I definitely want to say recalling, but there's something about like whether you use particular tools that you usually use or not, okay? I don't know, something like that. I hope that's making sense. You have the reverse Queen of Pentacles showing up, so it feels like that's what I'm saying. It's like doing something like, I want to say like the old-fashioned way, or I don't know, doing something that is like, that you would usually just use your body for. It's like now you're using something else with that. I really don't know how else to explain that, okay? I'm sure it probably doesn't even make sense, but that's what I'm understanding here. So, all right, interesting. So you have the Three of Cups, and this is showing up as what to avoid. Maybe this is like, hey, just because like you're using a particular set of tools or manifesting in a certain type of way, it might be like, don't rely on that or don't go overboard in that way. Because I feel like there's something here about like being in contact or staying, not forgetting about like the natural way to do something or something like that. I swear to God, I know this sounds really confusing, okay? But that's what I'm feeling. It's like there's a time and place to use like certain things, and sometimes it's like going without. But I feel like that's like a good thing. For whatever this is, it's like a good thing. So I feel like this is like maybe avoiding overindulging in something that's making a process easier just because for this time being you might need that, okay? But it's like don't rely on that, or don't make that like, oh, I'm going to do that every single time, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I don't know. I hope that that's making some bit of sense here. So, all right, you guys have sovereignty. This is showing up for your opportunity. So again, it's like I feel like for your opportunity, there's something about like making your own rules with something or doing something like your own way. Here's the thing. This is weird. So first of all, I know this is like a coccyx bone, okay? It's definitely not what I'm about to say. But so this morning, funny enough, I was looking, I don't know, I look at weird things, but I was looking at this page where this guy is like a snake expert, and friggin' awesome. He was like, I don't know, had these huge ass snakes, and like he was showing how to like cut into the eggs so that like the snakes survive, so that you know, but anyway, he said something super cool, and I was like, that's awesome. It was a certain type of, or I guess it's all snakes, I don't know, I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but they were like, oh yeah, they have like egg teeth or something, and it was like, it kind of looked like that, or I don't know what it looked like, but it was like something where it's like they can get out of something by like using like, I don't know, by like getting themselves out of something, like instead of relying on somebody else, whatever the heck it is, okay? Probably like didn't make any sense, but it was intriguing. I was like, that's super interesting. And I kept like kind of thinking about that like visual of like a little snake and its egg being like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get myself out of this thing, that kind of thing, all right? So maybe there is something about like, hey, you can kind of make your own rules, or you can do this independently, like you don't have to, like you're the master of your castle, something like that, okay? That's what I'm feeling. So, all right, let's see. So, okay, we didn't even go over to your environmental energy, so let's do that, Scorpio. So, all right, you have the Five of Cups, and you have it with this Ten of Wands in the previous energy here. So, yes, I feel like in the past there was something that maybe you were like, oh, this is all the way done. This thing is like, you know, this is the end of whatever it is. You know, that kind of stuff. I'm wondering if this is maybe a situation that maybe you had to like go all the way with something, or you know, having to, you know, do something like completely by yourself, or having more responsibilities, whatever the heck it is, maybe some overwhelm, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe carrying like a heavy burden, whatever it is, okay, maybe emotionally, you know, whatever that is there, okay. There might be a sense of regret about something going on around you, okay, that kind of stuff, or a person around you might be kind of carrying a heavy burden with something, or this is somebody who is simply just trying to complete something, finishing something, and it might just be like, you know what, I have to, yeah, because I said regret. And you know what, like RSVPs, it's like, I don't really know what it stands for. I think it's like regrets. I want to say s'il vous plaît, but I don't think that's probably not what it is. But anyway, so that might be something here, okay? Somebody might just be like, hey, I have to finish whatever this is, okay? Like next time, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? So yes, that might be giving you more of an opportunity to do something like kind of by yourself, or to be like, you know what, I'm gonna make the rules for myself, or for, if I don't know, your kids, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, as opposed to being like, I'm listening to like a chain of command, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, all right, Scorpio. And I kind of feel like you would like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's an energy that, well, it's showing up as an opportunity, so probably. All right, so you have the Queen of Swords and you have it with this Death card here for part of this opportunity. So yeah, it does feel like possibly in the past, I wonder if something was maybe, you might have had like a realization of something, or this could be having somebody who's like telling you what to do. You know what I'm saying? Being like, you need to do this, you need to do this, that, blah, 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 that kind of stuff, okay? I even wonder if this is somebody who maybe it's like you had to pick up the slack for them, or you know what I'm saying? There might be somebody in your environment who maybe could not make it all the way with something, or whatever the heck it is, okay? That kind of stuff. I really am like getting a lot of this like whole snake reference stuff, all right? I know it's like about to be the end of the, oh wait, no, it is the end of this snake year. It's all done, guys. We're in the horse year now. All right, there we go. These are timeless readings, obviously. I do that because my brain is, that's where my brain's at. So, all right. Okay, so yeah, excellent. So I even wonder if in the past there was, again, like this like realization or some type of like conversation or seeing something for the absolute truth, that kind of stuff. I understand that, but I also do understand being like having somebody kind of dictate to you what's going on, or having to follow something like very strategically, or be like extremely focused on something, that kind of stuff, okay? I feel like your opportunity is to put an end to that, or is to transition through that in some sense, okay? Maybe even accepting a critique of some sort, okay? That kind of stuff. But again, it's like you have this opportunity to like, again, do things like your way, or to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this the way that I would want to do it, that kind of stuff. Like putting the like decision making ability in your hands, and being able to like, again, make your own rules. That's really what I kind of want to say with this, making your own rules. All right, so let's see, and definitely an independent energy, okay, absolutely. So, all right, you guys have the reverse Four of Swords, and you have it with the Fool card here. So, okay. If there is something that you're like, I need to rest, I would say don't ignore that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were just talking about like the transition from like, or like going into the new year. Again, I know these are timeless, but like if you're watching the readings every single week, you can just put the calendar date on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like readings they're either gonna make sense or they're not, no matter what the frick the calendar says. So that's kind of like my rationale there. But I do think that there's something where it's like, hey, don't avoid resting when you know you should be. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff, okay? Especially if it's like, it feels like it's the time to like wrap things up, you know, that kind of stuff, all right? And maybe making like plans for the future, or kind of like seeing how you're gonna adjust things in the future, or how you wanna, again, make those rules like you get to make the rules. I swear to God, that's really what this is feeling like here. So I do think there's an energy of like, hey, letting yourself rest on something before maybe going into a new thing, that kind of stuff. And here's what I'm saying. You have this Fool card here. It's like like honoring a time of rest, and honoring a time of like not working, you know, that kind of stuff. And maybe not, I almost want to say like, don't like hope for a miracle, but kind of making that miracle, you know, putting action behind it. It's like, that's giving you this like new start in something. And it could also just be like the way you were going into like a new year. I know we are like really harping on the time at this point now, but okay, there's something like that. It's like you're going to be able to kind of have like a fresh start, or be able to do something without like really hesitating, or being like, you know what, I know this is what I want to do, I'm just going to do it, that kind of stuff. And even doing something spontaneous, and it's because you're allowing yourself to kind of like give yourself a rest when you need to. And I almost want to say not taking something like super seriously, or I don't know if that's what I want to say, but it's like at the very least like having some type of like fun, spontaneity, that kind of stuff with whatever this is, especially with this Fool card. All right, some of you guys, I wonder if there's something about like meditating, okay, that kind of stuff, really going into like a meditative spot. All right, Death card, this Four of Swords here, dreaming, okay, all that kind of stuff. King of Cups, Five of Cups even. All right, I can see all those as like kind of like, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Eight of Wands here, and this is showing up as what to avoid. Who just got this? Well, Cancer, that because I only did Cancer, and now you guys. So they got it in a different position, but so you're showing up with the Eight of Wands as what to avoid. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this is not shipping off to the next thing before something is closed out, or not shipping off to the next thing before you've given yourself time to adjust, rest, recuperate, process, all that kind of stuff, okay? It's like, you know, not like zipping off to the next thing, that kind of stuff, all right? That's what I'm feeling. I also wonder if there's something here that maybe is like, you can kind of keep something a little bit of a secret, or that might be part of whatever this is, okay? That type of stuff. I feel like this is like, there's something about you don't need to rush with something, okay? I'm understanding that. It's like there's no need to like rush or try and like over explain yourself, or you know, something like that, okay? That, I don't know. I don't really know exactly where to place that, but I am picking up that energy. So, all right, Scorpio, that's what I have for you guys. I really hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.